Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, these pajamas, they're kind of expensive. What's up? I'm Zarina and I'm here to help you lounge in style. Here's the thing, I do want a bougie pajama collection, but I'm not trying to like indefinitely buy things for my collection, so I have spent the last year or so actually curating a pajama collection that I think is gonna last me. And I wanna show you what I've been doing. I think we should buy a few really nice sets and then wear them as long as they last. But how do we know what is gonna last? I've decided to take on the burden of testing these pajamas for months on end through washing and wearing regularly in order for you to figure out, like, are these worth it? Like, does this last? Is this good? Should we be spending $160 on pajamas? Here we have 4 sets, well, 3 here and 1 on me, that we're going to be reviewing. So I have a few requirements for my pajamas. They have to be 100% cotton or 100% silk, but I'm not reviewing silk in this video. That's gonna be something else. They need to have a cute, colorful print. I am not here for the neutrals. I know a lot of people love them, but I'm just a little depressed from neutrals these days. Every time I catch my reflection, I wanna feel like, oh, okay, that's cute. We have 3 brands that we're just putting head to head here. We have Andersson, Petite Plume, and Printfresh. Let's see what happens. If I wear them for a really long time, I wash them the way that I'm gonna wash them, we'll just take a gander in a few months and see how they land. Today, I'm gonna be doing the initial impression video, but I wanna give you a sense of what they're like when you first get them, with the exception of one that I bought about 10 months ago. And as someone who has struggled with shopping, I wanna make sure that I'm communicating like the tactics I've used to tamp down on shopping and help make it a little more functional for me and my budget, because ultimately, even if you're getting a discount, it's still a lot of money to spend. And I'm, again, looking to shop for things that are gonna last a long time. So I'm gonna help you figure out how to get some of this stuff for a bit of a discount. Okay, so we're just gonna get into the first set, which is the one I'm wearing, which is the Petite Plume Pima short set in Blissful Bows. So this is part of their current Christmas collection. It was released a month or so ago, and they actually released their holiday collection in multiple waves. So far this year that I've been following, there have been 2. So there's no reason to rush in and like buy something immediately when the collection drops, because like it will probably be added to later and then you'll have like a wider selection. So from what I can tell on the website, the Pima cotton is like a step above the twill. Twill is just a different way of weaving cotton, and Pima is a certain type of cotton. They describe it as a buttery soft, and they say that it is Peruvian Pima cotton yarn dyed to prevent fading. So I'll be testing the fade as I wash these over and over again. I'll be reporting on that in my next video about this. So the Peruvian Pima cotton, it feels, I would say it's a little nostalgic almost. Like it feels kind of like maybe a fabric I would have worn in the early 2000s when I was like pretty young. It feels very heavy compared to what I thought it would be, but it's not really a heavyweight fabric. I wouldn't consider this like a heavy cotton, but it's got more weight to it than I expected. I will say, and this is the case for both Petite Plume sets we're going to be talking about today, that this set is, the print is way better in real life. Like you see a picture of it online and you're like, yeah, that's really cute. And then you get it and you're like, whoa, like the detail. It just has like a really gorgeous dimension to all the bows, which I'll show close up. It is super bright. It has like really interesting details in even like the lines between the bows. So that made me really happy. I was like, the print is solid. I will say I'm a little bit surprised by the fact that this set does not have those flat seams inside. So it doesn't quite like sit 100% flat like on your shoulders and stuff. For what I paid for it, I kind of expected that to be the case. Whether it's a craftsmanship or pricing limitation, I'm not really sure, but I would have expected that. That's something that I really look for, is like those flat inside seams, because then you can really feel a fabric sitting just so. You know, like I feel like it creates a more of a hug feeling, if that makes sense. So I paid $141.12 for this set. Now that included the shipping tax and the monogram, because for my holiday sets, I like getting them monogrammed. So that's where that extra little bit came in. I actually think that this set is priced at $118 on the website. So yeah, I paid like an extra like $20 or so, which actually was unfortunate because I think the day that I bought this, like 2 days later, monogramming went on sale. So if I had waited like 2 seconds, I probably could have, whatever. first impressions with this set, like I really enjoy the fabric and the feel of it. I think that it could be a bit more insulating. It's not super warm because obviously it's shorts. So I'm not confident that I'm gonna be reaching for these like every single day in the dead of winter. I can see myself maybe adding another long pajama option in the winter for like really cold days. It seems like it's working out for now, and at the time of filming, it's like October and like 65 degrees out Fahrenheit. I do like wearing long socks in the winter, so it helps that I have those available. It is part of the holiday collection, so I think that's a little odd, but I mean, overall, I would say that the $141 was worth it on the outer limit of what I would consider worth it, if that makes sense. If this were $142, like I might be like, okay. They're really cute, and I'm really happy with the look and the feel so far. Again, I'll be reporting on like how these hold up in the wash, how these hold up with sleeping in them, and just generally how they feel when I'm doing different activities or like what I would wear them for. I'll be talking about all of that in my next video about these sets. I'm gonna comment a little bit on the sizing of these pajamas, and just for your reference, I'm 5'3". I would say that usually my struggles with sizing is that my sleeves run pretty long. I would say I struggle to find waistbands that are 100% like perfect around me, because I think that I need a wider waistband than most size mediums or size smalls, and then I end up having to size up, and then everything else is like a little loose. So for this set, this was my second Petite Plume set, and you'll see the other one shortly, but I did wisely buy a size small in this one because the medium was pretty loose, like I'll show you, but this set fits me correctly. I would say I don't notice the waistband necessarily, though it's not like loose and as free as the other one. It does have a little bit of elastic in there, which is not super constricting, which is what I need. Also, one thing I had my eye on was, do the shorts like stay where they're meant to be? So I'm gonna be reporting on that in the next video, because that's something that requires me to like move around quite a bit, and I just can't give you an accurate picture of like, how do these shorts really fit until I wear them around. Next up, we have the Hanna Andersson Women's Halloween Long John Pajama Set. Hanna Andersson, I'm kind of interested in as a brand because they don't seem like they have the same types of offerings as some of these other brands that are like more focused on, I would say like, let's call it more refined, less pop culture. Hanna Andersson offers a good amount of like pop culture pajamas that have like Star Wars characters on there and stuff. So that's like, if it's something that you're into, like I think this would be a decent option. I would say that this set is like far and away the best value set that I got. I paid $55.13 for this, and it feels like way more expensive. It has like a really heavy, like a hug-like feeling. It's super warm. I love wearing them. I just don't want to take them off. Like, they're so comfortable. I feel like this is a really good set for like when you're not feeling great and you need like a little bit of a pick-me-up. I will be wearing these year-round. I don't really care. Halloween is great, and I will be representing it all the time. Interestingly, Hanna Andersson seems like they have some kind of like sale situation going on all the time. I got these for $50, and then that extra $5.13 was like the tax and shipping or something. I think I also had like a welcome discount that I found a code for online, and now when I look at the website, these are $60. So it was like literally the next day that it changed. I'm not really sure like what kind of sale situation they always have, but there's always something going on over there, it seems like. I've been checking these websites pretty frequently. I got this recommendation for this brand from r/askwomenover60. And I'm just gonna say it, they have some knowledge. Like, these women know how to live. I think that the r/askwomenover60 subreddit, I would like to be answering questions on there one day because of how much I respect these women. So this was great. This was 1,000,000% worth it. $55 compared to some of these other things, like, oh my god, this is 1,000% worth it. So it's a rib knit cotton, which means that it has like a little bit of texture. It is a straight knit, like up and down the garment. This also has a certification called the Oekotex Standard 100, which I believe means that it is not processed with certain harsh chemicals. I don't care that much about how the cotton's processed. So cotton biodegrades at a certain rate when it's completely unprocessed, which is super, super fast. It will basically be gone within a decade, from what I understand. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. But I think that when cotton is processed with certain harsh chemicals, it doesn't biodegrade as quickly. So I'm a little bit less concerned about like the health impacts that a lot of people believe that cotton that's processed a certain way can have. I don't necessarily, like, I wear polyester to the gym and stuff. I don't care. Like, I'll wear some non-natural fibers, but for me, like, the biggest things are I do need my pajamas and my loungewear and most of my knitwear to be 100% natural fiber. And two, I'm concerned about the environmental impact of just buying shit all the time. So I do try to err on the side of buying natural fibers that will biodegrade relatively quickly if anything should happen to this set. Realistically, I don't think it would be in my lifetime. Like, I honestly see myself like cutting up old clothes for rags and stuff. Like this set, like maybe in 20 years, I will just turn it into rags if I need to. So it's definitely not something I would throw away, but at some point it will end up in the garbage by some, maybe I'll die. Like, it'll happen. So, yeah, Awaco-Tex does have other certifications regarding sustainability though. So I'm interested in some of those. After I put this set on, like, I actually feel like calmer. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it has like an impact on my mood. Like, it has an impact on my outlook. I recently threw these on when I was like PMSing pretty bad, and oh my gosh, they just like heal you. I really can't recommend this brand enough. So they do still have this. Yeah, they have this on the website still, but they have like little like Santa ones now too. So you can get like the pumpkin, the Santa ones, and then there's like so many other long john options. And if you have kids, they actually do family matching sets, which is so cute. They have like, it's mostly a kids brand, but I think that their adult items are like tasteful, and like I don't feel super juvenile wearing this. Like, I think it's kind of quirky, but it's not like, I'm not like dressed like a kid, you know? Maybe I am, because they do make this for toddlers. As far as year-round wear, which is another thing I'm concerned about, I prefer to have loungewear that can be worn throughout the year. This set, I can see myself wearing it year-round, even though it is full length and it's a little heavier, because sometimes you just need a hug in the summer. As far as the fit, I bought a size medium, and it's just a little bit loose on me. I think I maybe could have gotten away with a small, but I prefer to have a little extra fabric because I don't know about you, but like when I'm lounging, like I don't want to feel at all like constricted or constrained. So I prefer something that's too big. So I actually don't mind that it has like the full long sleeves or anything either, because they're like so close to me that like I don't feel like they're gonna bother me if I need to like quickly wash a dish or something. One thing that really irks me about pajamas is that if they have like loose pieces, I can't like do anything. So I don't know if that's a concern other people have, but like when I'm wearing pajamas, I want to feel free to do whatever I'm doing. I will say that the top is like a little bit long, and that's again fine, but I probably could have gone for a shorter top. I have a super short torso. I'm 5'3" with a super short torso, so it's a little bit difficult to find shirts that are gonna fit like exactly the right way, and that's just where we're at with modern sizing conventions. I bought this set for Halloween, obviously, because I just needed a Halloween set. I'm actually not really dressing up for Halloween this year. My friend and I are doing this thing where we just like put on a weird outfit instead of like a costume, because we both have like so many clothes we don't wear. So we were like, let's just like make up a weird outfit instead of like dressing up, which I'm actually really excited about. But because I'm not doing a costume, I was like, you know what, why don't we just like do some kind of Halloween pajama? And for the price point, like this was like a no-brainer. I cannot recommend this enough. I will say I have not washed these yet, and we're gonna report on, again, the durability and everything in the second part of this review, so stay tuned. But as far as I can tell, like I don't see a reason why they wouldn't wash super well. The website does not say that these are yarn dyed like the Petite Plume, so I'm expecting them to maybe fade a little more, but I will let you know. Okay, next up we have the Printfresh short sleeve top and long pants PJ set in Barira, which is like the Urdu or Hindi word for cheetah, I think. My Urdu is not very good. Okay, a lot of thoughts here. So according to the website, this is crafted from a 100% organic cotton poplin. So it looks like it's a flat weave of some kind because it has like almost no texture. It's super, super smooth. So it's a super, super lightweight weave. It's like, honestly, it like barely feels like it's there. Like the fabric is like so light that I actually wish that it had a little more weight to it. This feels like a cloud, but if you were wearing like one of those wispy clouds, like not like a big fluffy, no, this is like a wisp in the wind cloud, and that's kind of nice on a warmer night. Like, I really enjoyed wearing these towards the end of September when it was still pretty hot, and I would say that it has fallen more out of my rotation as soon as the weather went like below 60. They are a little bit like crinkly sounding, but I can see that fading over time. So one thing about 100% cotton, as you wash it, the texture is supposed to change, and you can see that clearly in the last Petite Plume set I'll be reviewing, but this is still new enough. I bought these in, I think, September. Out of the bag, they were pretty stiff. They had almost no give. Like, there still isn't really any stretch. There's zero stretch in this one, but it was really, really crinkly and really stiff at first. It has softened like over time. I think I've washed these maybe 3 or 4 times, but I'll be reporting again on like the complete, like, wash it 20 times and see what happens in the next video. These are not like super warm, like I said, but they're not really cooling either. Like, sometimes you have a fabric that makes you feel like a little bit more fresh when you put it on. This is not that. It's just like, it's just neither. Because it's a little lighter, I feel the need to wash it a little less frequently too, which is like, I think, kind of nice. I will say that the promotional material for this set was like, it made me think it would be a lot softer than it was. And even though I expected it to be like more crinkly when it first came out of the package, they were really stiff. One thing that Petite Plume mentions on their website that is true for a lot of these like 100% cotton weaves, even if they're pre-shrunk, is that after using and washing a little more frequently, they will shrink 3 to 5%. And that's been true for this set for sure, which I appreciate because I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little big. So let's talk about the sizing. I bought a medium because I, again, was concerned about the waistband. I want a waistband not to basically exist. I just want a waistband that I don't have to worry about or think about at all. So I sized up because I was like in between sizes, and I thought like, yeah, I just prefer a roomier fit, but I'm running into some issues with the fact that not only is the waistband a bit loose, you know, if it slides at all, then I do end up stepping on the heels of these a little, and they are beginning to crease, which I really dislike. That is sort of my own fault. I may consider getting these hemmed at some point. No, I'm not above getting pajamas tailored. It needs to happen sometimes. I just like things to fit. As somebody who prefers an oversized fit, this is on the outer limit of my oversized tolerance. It would be really unwieldy if it had long sleeves. I don't think I would enjoy wearing it at all if it had long sleeves, so I'm really glad I got this one. All that being said, let's talk about the price that I paid for these, which was I hate even reading this number. I paid $160.98 for these. So on the website, they're listed as like $158 or something. I think I just had like a welcome discount actually. $160.98, not worth it. This was like way too much for what it is, frankly. I'm open to the fact that my opinions about this set might change a little bit over time because, again, I'm familiar with the fact that cotton is going to change and settle. So it might be that it's a little bit more enjoyable to wear over time, and I'll be letting you know in the next video, so you definitely want to subscribe for the update. But I would say for what it is right now, the way I feel about it today, I wish that I hadn't paid $161 for this. That's just outlandish for what it is. The real advantage to this set, I think, is the print. And while it's really cute, it isn't as charming as the Petite Plume print, which is a little bit more like whimsical to me. This feels like they were trying to charge you for the fact that a human being made this art and we put it on pajamas. Not necessarily selling the pajamas themselves as like an excellent product. I do have a sort of negative opinion of Printfresh right now based on this, just because the items are so expensive for what they are. Especially because poplin, just maybe it's not for me, maybe it doesn't feel the best to me. But yeah, it is what it is, and I will be wearing these a lot anyway because I want to believe that over time, like, we can have a better relationship, me and these pajamas. And it's not like I hate wearing them. They're comfortable enough. They feel fine. But yeah, I just don't think they were worth $161. Okay, finally, at long last, we have the final set of Petite Plume pajamas. So this is the cotton twill pajama set in Love Lines, which was part of their Valentine's Day collection last year. So I bought this quite a while ago, and I've worn it a lot. And I will say that this was the motivator for me getting the other set in a size small, because yeah, as you can see, like, it's a little loose, a little baggy. She's a little like It's not quite my size. I don't mind. I love wearing them anyway. They're super comfortable. But yeah, there's definitely like the sizing needs to be taken into consideration. So let's talk about this fabric. It is 100% of the finest quality brushed cotton, according to the website. It's twill, solid, luxurious. It genuinely feels like, okay, I'm wearing like a really nice set of pajamas. It has these like really beautiful like diagonal weaves. I will say it adds something to have that like visually interesting detail of it being like diagonal. Like, yeah, I actually really appreciate it. It falls really well, especially because I have washed and worn this set like at least 20 times at this point. This one is truly like done being tested. But again, I'm not gonna comment on the durability just yet. We're gonna talk about that in the next video. So I would say, yeah, it's just super comfortable. It's comforting even. It's lightweight, super, super breathable, and moderately insulating. Like, I feel like this is something I wanna wear when it's like pretty cool outside. In the winter, I was wearing this like daily. Like, my best friend that I live with was literally like, why are you wearing that again? I never felt the need to put these in storage all year either. So that's something, like they got some use in the summer. And then, so the sleeves do have that like button closure. So what I like to do in the summer is like, I'll unbutton these and then roll them up and then kind of tuck so that it's just like a quarter sleeve. It feels so versatile for me. This set is something that I genuinely will wear like probably for years to come, especially because it is just so cute. I love the print. It's weird that Petite Plume does print so well, but not very often. Like, you get a lot of like neutral, solid colors, really, really basic type like lines, like those pinstripes from Petite Plume, but you don't see a lot of these like kitschy, quirky type prints. That's just not their brand, and it's fine, I guess, but I do wish they had more things like this, because I mean, I jump on them right away. Like, I bought the freaking bow set. Like, they have some more cutesy stuff recently, but yeah, I'm really in the market for like cutesy pajamas. So let's talk about the sizing. Yeah, it's a medium. Could have sized down, and I will say that this did shrink that promised 3 to 5%, and I appreciate that a lot, because yeah, it was pretty baggy on me at first. I appreciate having some of this extra fabric, even though it's like not the best fit, because in this set, unlike in the Printfresh set, this is definitely something where like having a little bit of extra fabric in this like twill, like soft, gentle fabric, like it actually feels better instead of feeling like I'm just carrying this extra weight. Like, it genuinely just like works. And I think that's a testament to the fabric. And then, of course, let's talk about the pricing. So I paid $107.50 for these, with the shipping, with the monogram, with everything. So that was, I think, a welcome thing. Like, I signed up for the marketing and then I got like a welcome bonus or discount or whatever. I think I would probably feel good about them even if I spent like up to $120 on this set, because they're just absolutely worth it. Like, the twill is really excellent, and I'm actually very surprised that the Pima is more expensive than the twill, because this is like just a fabulous fabric. Like, I don't know why it would be that the Pima is, while it is really comfortable and super soft, it's just not the same. It's not the same thing. I don't know. There's something about the twill that I really enjoy. So yeah, 100% absolutely worth it. So while this set is discontinued because it was part of last year's Valentine's collection, you can get really similar stuff there for like the same price point, because I don't think they changed the pricing super much between like the, like if one collection has a twill long sleeve, long pant set, like that's going to be kind of similar to like any other in the different collection. So you can get super similar stuff still from Petite Plume. So let's talk about how I saved some money on these. First of all, joining marketing lists. So this is something that you have to kind of use with caution, especially if you struggle with shopping too much like I do. I have had to create a very strong habit in myself of like going in and just like unsubscribing with that unsubscribe button at the bottom for things that I am really struggling to resist, or that I like know I shouldn't buy right now. So, I mean, I'll go in and like unsubscribe from stuff pretty frequently, including Petite Plume. Like, I will unsubscribe from all of these brands and go back when I feel like, okay, I'm gearing up to wanting to spend another $150. And then also, like, I like to make accounts on these, and yes, they will collect my data. I've consented to that because I did get a birthday discount from Petite Plume, which was small. It was 10%, but it was something. And then here is how I really have saved some money at Petite Plume. They have a sale at the end of the season, and they don't announce it. like they have announced sales, but then they have, when things are like released for a holiday collection, they'll go into the sales section very quietly and you'll have no idea. And I just so happened to sign up for the marketing offers when they first dropped these pajamas, but I think I saw that they were like a certain price and I was like, I'm not willing to pay that much for these. And then a couple of weeks later, like I bought these in late January and I noticed that they were on sale like within like less than 3 weeks before Valentine's Day, I think. So yeah, it's worth looking and keeping an eye on things that you want, and then keeping an eye on when the season's ending. So go into the sale section and check it out, because they do put like a lot of nice fabrics on sale. I also have like a silk eye mask that I got from them for, again, like it's full price, like $50. I got it for like 30 or something. And then here's some other tips that I've used on these and everything in my wardrobe. So I like using a cashback browser extension. So I use Rakuten, but there's like so many options. And you can get a tiny bit back that way, like I would say 2 to 5%. It depends on the day and it depends on the store, but it's something that does stack up over time. And every quarter, I'll basically get a check from Rakuten for like between $20 and $50, depending on like what I've bought and how much I've spent. So, I mean, I feel like that's worth investigating. I also think that it's really important to like do a lot of research beforehand. So watching this video is a great example of that. And what I like to do is go onto reddit.com and be like, what are you guys wearing for pajamas? And like various different subreddits. So r/female fashion advice, r/ask women over 60, like I said, r/NYC bitches with taste is a great one. So I would go into those subreddits and just be like, just see if anyone else has made any kind of threads about what you're looking for, and then like see what deals people recommend, because there were so many other brands that were like so interesting but like didn't quite fit my criteria. So go in and ask a specific question. Go in and be like, hey, I'm looking for 100% cotton or 100% silk, and I want to know like what's in this price range. And in order to avoid wasting money, I have spent a lot of time researching. And again, like I wouldn't say that I'm like 100% satisfied with absolutely everything in the stack, but I have come pretty damn close. I think that overall my loungewear wardrobe feels super complete. I have not only the cotton, but like I said, we have the silk. I have other things that I feel like are really worth having that I don't regret buying, even if they were really expensive. Okay, so that's what we have for today's initial review about these pajama sets. I'm gonna go wear these for like a couple months and then let you know how I feel. But yeah, stay tuned, subscribe if you'd like to know the update, and thank you so much for watching.